Hello, once again, dear viewers. If this has found you, this is in divine timing, and I'm going to be doing a couple of short starseed messages coming through. This video is going to focus more on the Pleiades. If you are someone who identifies as a Pleiadean starseed, or you feel drawn toward the Pleiades, or if you're just working on doing a lot of more energy healing, working on your inner magician, masterwork, or if you've been aligning with ascended masters from the Pleiades, then this message is for you. And I'm just going to get right into this reading. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you'd like to hear a lot more Starseed readings. The Pleiades have been coming in a lot more recently. I'm hearing because there's a lot more fighting on Earth right now. Anybody who has any affiliation or is energetically aligned with this particular collective, there's a lot of beauty coming into your life. There's a lot more like any conflict that you have been going through is going to be relieved by your efforts and your work alone. Having the confidence to ascend and climb this ladder of success without failing yourself or the ones around you, being part of a pride. I'm being shown The Lion King 2, actually, Simba's Pride. It was a Romeo and Juliet type of story, but specifically like the song He Lives in You, which I believe is the opening of The Lion King 2, but also it's in the Broadway musical of The Lion King. So there's something about that. December 28th, I'm seeing the number 30 was also coming up. So that could be another clarifier. New moons, new moon, rising signs. If you have a mirrored moon and rising sign, I'm just getting the sense that there's a lot of conflict within you as well. If there's a lot of signs coming to you recently, there might be some inner conflict, old wounds coming up to heal. You might be having a hard time translating some of the messages you are receiving as well. The one thing that the Ascended Masters from the Pleiades want you to know is that a lot of the signs that you're receiving cannot be deciphered through the mind. They have to be received through the heart. I'm hearing neurological system, and it feels like there's a lot of guesswork here, but a lot of it has to do with what you know about yourself. And receiving a lot of these things in a different way is tuning into your emotional body and astrological mind. It's thinking outside of the human parameters. And some of you might need to actually go to the ocean, because one of the things I do remember when I was looking back to my previous memories from the Pleiades is this color stone. I don't recall what, it's not clear quartz. I believe it's like angelite, but there's this like, the oceans from the Pleiades, I remember specifically, had this very pearlite, like opalescent glow. It was very much like snow. It was almost translucent. There was a type of consistency that was very like soothing and like rejuvenating to your energy and aura. You might just need to go to a place where there is that type of light, that type of color, that type of spectrum, like to a place that is snowy and cold, or to an ocean that is crystalline. Also, listening to music might be helpful. Concentrating your thoughts and your mind and your energy on a specific type of flow. And yeah, I'm keep hearing the phrase, it feels like you're part of a new ecosystem. You don't know what to make of this. I'm getting, yeah, this is like the clarifier for this confidence card. It's focusing on your heart, focusing on your emotions, and really getting in tune and in touch with your emotions and feelings. Because emotions, the nervous system, it holds data, and that gets translated from our soul to our mind to our bodies. And even if tapping into these memories seem like they hold no functional purpose, remember our souls are on a specific trajectory from one life to another. We are learning lessons constantly and growing and evolving spiritually. So there are specific life lessons that are coming up for you to know and incorporate and evolve and grow into. And you don't necessarily need, it has to do with manifestation. And now I have to note that there's just all of a sudden it was quiet, and now there's like a lot of there's a lot of noise outside my door. That might be something that is happening for you. There might be just a lot of, see, the thing is, it's hard to get in tune with your emotions. It's hard to regulate your nervous system when there's a lot of outside distractions. And so my previous reading with this magician card about manifesting, you don't have to go to it, but one of the things that came out was like tuning out outside noise and distractions and just honing in on your own magic, in on you and calming your mind, doing nervous system regulation, doing somatic healing, and even maybe even in, investing in your own like tarot readings or tea leaves or some sort of like divinatory practice you feel most drawn to, get you in touch with your higher self and get you in touch with your feelings and your emotional body, because the mind body soul connection is the most important part of healing this timeline and future ones. And the Pleiades really did have that solid center of earth's spirit magic, and all that is just like using the world around you to manifest in a practical way. It's just a different word for the same thing that we do here, whatever you might call it, prayer, spell work, mind over matter, like thinking, breathing, doing. And there's just a lot of information coming through, but being with yourself. I'm hearing if Grand Central Station, it feels like you're at Central Station and there's so much going on around you. Also, okay, movies. Yeah, you might have come from my previous reading about, Too Many Cooks in the Kitchen, because I also had a lot of movie references there too. And so far, like two references to like movies like with lions, and like Madagascar came up. So you might even have some, maybe even like African ancestors, or you have family that came from there, or you're watching from that region. If so, thank you for being here. Um, yeah, because I'm like, okay, there's this need to reconnect with your magic, because I immediately heard the phrase witchy and hoodoo. So yeah, no, and also Hinduism. So it's like going back as far as you can, like whether you identify with those cultures or religions or not, if there's something inside your soul that is reaching out to you and you feel drawn to, use your discernment. But there is an ancient wisdom here that is wanting to have you engage with it. And if you've been feeling drawn towards like even ancestral practices recently, this is your cue, because you have like footprints in the stars right now. Like you have footprints that are leading you home to self and to the core of your being, and maybe even healing some wounds from your ancestors as well. But yeah, no, the movie Madagascar, also tuning into your inner child helps heal Pleiadian wounds. Swimming in the ocean. Some of you even might like to go to cultural celebrations during the summer. I was seeing fireworks, so 4th of July, stargazing, going out into nature, just being seen on this earth in the present of the Great Spirit, in the present of Gaia. I'm also hearing Baba Yaga. It's like there are two sides to the same coin, light and shadow, and doing a lot of inner work on yourself is not going to hurt you, but it is going to create some discomfort in you. And they want you to know that you can have your cake and eat it too. And you can make your cake for yourself if the world isn't providing you with the type of things you need. And again, if you haven't seen the previous reading I did with the manifestation thing, and definitely go to that, because it feels like you either are coming from there or there's a message for you in there, canceling out the noise and just tuning into your own like ecosystem. Yeah, because it's like, oh, okay, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay, this is actually hitting for me as well because one of the things that I saw, um, Spirit, should I tell them about? Um, One of the earliest memories I got from the Pleiades and Mintaka as well was this image, very image of a tower, and it was metaphorical. It's esoteric. It's like the tower is falling, the crowns are falling off the people who rose to power in opulence through thievery, deceit, and betrayal of the self and the union of all nations. So, what we're seeing is a tower falling for those who took advantage of the people, the wealthy few who rose to privilege by working against the universe itself, because we make up the universe. We get to decide what it looks like and we co-create together. But there are those who are like vampires and thieves in the Pleiades. Let me just say, this isn't about black magic. It's about pure destruction, because a lot of the people and the survivors of the Pleiades, the souls that came here, a lot of them were dark. A lot of them were very like vampiric. They didn't have access to their magic or their spiritual body, so they took it from others or they used others. They did not have any real power, so they built a monument in favor of their greed and tried to deceive many people into believing that they were the ones who had the true magic and power, when no, we the many became fewer because we actually had the magic. We had the old magic. We held on to it for so long until it was gone. And there's a lot of grief here because that's what happened to our ancestors. That's what happened when, people were taking over countries and colonialisms. Sorry, I actually received a song, so I'll put that in the description below. But there are a couple of songs that were tied to this message. I will put them in the description if you use music to heal or to get in touch with your soul. I highly recommend it if you do identify or feel like you're drawn to like Pleiadian energy, to listen to music, because that can speak to your soul in the way that a lot of external noise may not be able to. But there is a song called Mad IQs, and there's a line that says, "What? Watch your colonial tongue. I watch you tighten the noose." Because the people who thought that they knew better and assumed that they were superior met a lot of people who actually knew the way and the truth of being one with the earth. And it didn't look like the ones who were like superior. Like the people who colonized a lot of the tribes were ignorant, right? They didn't know any better. They didn't understand that earth works at the frequency of humility and family and a shared value system. And a lot of the tribes knew that. The tribes knew better. We are the people. We are one. And a lot of modern day, how do you say it? Like the Magna Carta or even the Declaration of Independence was based on like tribal unity. Like I forget the name of it, but there was something about, was the Mass Bay Compact? But Mass Bay Contract. I'll have to look that up. But basically, it was democracy, modern day democracy as we know it, was based on like tribal nations and unity. Like how the democratic process happens within tribes and indigenous nations. So, like the tribes knew how to get along. They were complete. So yeah, I'm getting like a lot of anger. Like, oh, okay, so there is an ancient practice, and it's of anger release. There's something I'm getting from an ancestor specifically. Like, I'm getting Uganda, but there's this specific way of alchemizing anger within the body and the mind and the soul, because there's a lot of anger, and it feels like it's coming from Mother Earth. Yeah, yeah, no, there is this like divine feminine anger. This is like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm feeling it. The thing is that I can't. I can't really say what this is. All I can do is feel it. And I feel like my face is red and there's this burning rage. And it's like, how dare they? How dare they claim the land? How dare they own the sky? How dare they own people? There's just so much rage here. You came from the stars. You want to bring justice in heaven to earth, and you are reclaiming your power. And you're not an animal, but you are more aligned with the earth and more in power than any of the freaking human beings who go against the flow. So claim that lioness energy, claim that, and use that shadow to get justice for the victims. There is this need to release, though, need to release the anger within and just feel it. You know, go for a run, just listen to your tunes or just dance it out. Because I'm just getting an image of a woman like jumping up and down on the ground and just getting all the anger out, like stomping on the earth, going to a river and just standing there with her feet submerged and just cleansing herself and being one with the flow of the river after she feels this anger, like bathing yourself after you exude the energy, after you release all that from within you. You cleanse yourself with the flow and let time erase those wounds, and that will heal you. I'm even getting this idea of rhythmic chanting using like a maraca or a rain stick. I'm also hearing the phrase soul stick. So there's something about like using a some sort of wand or cleansing method that, like holding a wand and like having it go over your body, some form of Reiki healing. Feel the anger, feel the anxiety. Do not suppress it. Feel the rage on behalf of the part of you who needed to suppress that. Let it out and let in the love of Mother Earth. Let in the light of the magic from heaven and be that bridge between the two. And you are also aligning with your starred family as well. Once you get in tune with these emotions within you and release the pain and the toxicity, and even like I'm hearing neurotoxicity, cleansing your nervous system, you will align with those who mirror that light a lot easier when you release that baggage. So there's a little bit of advice from ancestors as well, but your ancestors will be able to speak to you easier if you're having a hard time channeling like starseed messages. Tune in with your ancestors. Tune in with the people from your family line or the religions and cultures you are drawn to, because there might be some missing DNA there you might even not be aware of, or your soul might have gone there in a previous life. Your soul might have come from like a lot of these places. So in the next reading, I'm also going to tune into Mintaka because that energy has been coming through, but more so in this one, learning how to allow energy to flow through you will unblock the flow of needing logic in your life to sustain you and open you up to a higher type of love and frequency. And, just hone in on your spiritual mind and don't be so bogged down by the logical body. The number 4 I'm seeing, as well as like that, like very light blue, opalite, angelite color. So those might be very soothing colors for you going to, an ocean or just listening to the sounds of the waves. So is there anything else? No, I think I'm also seeing flowers. So spending time outside in your flower garden will also help you. Um, Blue, pink roses. Yeah, I'm seeing someone wearing a bathing suit with big, like blue roses, or just, oh yeah, no, some of you just might need to go take a vacation or go to the ocean. So, this is you. I'm so happy to be here for you, and I hope these messages have helped. I wish you all the best. All my love to you, and I will see you in a future reading.